welcome to the Matrix Oracle. My name is Audrey. This is your Venus in Aries reading. So April 5th all the way to April 28th, 2024. We're going to look at the energies according to your Venus placement and what natal elements. So the natal Venus in fire placement is also going to be the collective reading. So we're going to start here with all my fire natal Venus. Okay, if you were born with a Venus in Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, those messages are even more for you, but they also resonate for the collective. Let's get started. So let's see what we have, my dear Venus in Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, if you're born with this placement, but especially for this transit, what are we receiving as an activation? All right, we're going to start here. One card. Okay, this one. Oh. And last but not least, working with the Archaeas. That was fast. Okay. We have, oh Lord, I saw this when I opened up the deck. The Ace of Pentacles. This resonates also so strongly with this solar eclipse in the sign of Aries that is upcoming, April 8th. So there is an activation, and Venus is part of this deepening of knowing thyself. This is what I'm feeling. This is almost like here with this crystal mountain. I'm seeing almost like an iceberg. Some of you have yet to fully see how deep and your potential, your love, everything that you can manifest is really there for you. It's almost like just seeing the tip of the iceberg of who you truly are. And there's going to be some major discoveries through this transit. I'm loving this. All right, let's see what we have. Sacrifice. There are those worth making, and there are those that will destroy you. Interesting. There's some giving away, some type of giving to the universe, releasing and surrendering certain aspect of the self, maybe some certain aspect of the ego. Some of you, if there's any type of resistance, okay, that has been going on with this eclipse season as I'm channeling this Venus in Aries transit, there is such a cosmic buzzing that is going on that can make us feel very busy. There's a lot of different planets trying to really realign our path, especially in order to make us realize what it is that we're meant to achieve, but what it is that is possible. Some of us are really going to discover that there were some limitations that were self-imposed, that are going to be released, that are going to be sacrificed. But that means that when we sacrifice something, we have to review. There's some reviewing energy, and that's Mercury. Mercury helps with knowing thyself, okay? Some of you, if you want to benefit to access to all my readings according to the planet transit, please subscribe either on Instagram or on YouTube to my level up for the astrology. Okay, let's see what we have with the archangels here. Oh, we have leap. Spread your wings. Wow, look at this energy. The leap of faith with the sacrifice. I feel as some of you getting to work with your divine feminine energy and your intuition and starting to do things from an act of surrendering and faith is going to be what you're called to do. Especially remember one thing, Venus is here to help us understand how to manifest our desires and tangibly, concretely experience them. And here it's talking about an offering, something that is gifted to us. But that's something, especially with the iceberg, that I feel that is under underneath. And I understand why now the mermaid are coming up, because this is in the subconscious. There's something in the subconscious that you're releasing, that you have to surrender, and that you have to trust that if you're following this guidance, it's going to come 10 times fold back to you. I feel that some of you, maybe it's surrendering a certain story, a certain timeline, a certain thing that you were believing, and just trust. And some of you, if it comes in the form that you are experiencing struggles and feeling that you have to make a decision and you don't know how to, it works every time. Just surrender it to the divine, whatever you want to call it, God, the universe, the quantum field. Just release it to it, okay? Let's see what we have with the dice. I knew there was some energy here that wanted to come forward. We have Capricorn, third house, and Venus. Okay, interesting. Venus, Capricorn, third house. I feel here that this is a concrete gift that's coming up. This is going to be something tangible. This is going to be in the shape of manifesting something that you physically wanted to manifest, okay? But with the Capricorn is the ascension guide. There's certain steps, and certain steps here seem to be under the guise of surrendering, having to see what we need to release. And especially, I'm seeing communication with source, with your higher self, speaking up, and that means that literally if you are overwhelmed with this energy, or there's some things that you don't know how to manifest, or you want to manifest, simply speak it up and surrender it, so that God, universe, source, quantum field, this is what I'm struggling with, or this is what I want to manifest. Show me the way. I am listening. I am here to listen and to receive your guidance. Okay, let's see if the wisdom of the oracle has some deeper messages for this. Let's see. Okay, all right, we'll go with that. Go the distance. Go the distance. Some of you, maybe it's been kind of okay, this is interesting, and I will say it, because some of you, I'm feeling relationships could be at play here, could create, maybe some of you are trying to manifest a relationship, a romantic relationship. And I heard the distance, go the distance. Some of you, there's a struggle maybe to understand whether it's possible or it's not possible. And what it's saying, it's like, sacrifice your worries to the universe. Sacrifice your limitation, because your mind might not be able to conceive how to manifest this special desire of yours. And it wants to teach you how to deepen your connection with the field, with the quantum, with source, with your higher self, through your voice, through surrendering. And it's asking you to trust and go the distance. You see, there's one direction where you have to put your faith, and surrender, in one direction where you have to stay grounded and still believe in being heard, not being attached though to how this is going to show up for you. I love this. There's definitely, with this Venus in Aries and all the other cosmic energies that are boiling, some blessings. There's some blessings. This is almost like I'm hearing, don't give up before the miracle. You're just going to get it. You just have to continue following what your inner work is asking you to follow, and surrendering the shape and form in which your desires are going to manifest, because they are manifesting, but maybe in a form that is different than what you were attached to. So let's see for energy work. Some of you know that I love to give frequency healing and vibrational frequencies to attune, to help with this. You can work, if you are a YouTube member, to the level up, to the music. You can work with Venus works and connects to your heart chakra. How amazing is this? And you understand why it's connected to the master teaching of your desires and your intention, because it always wants to be filtered with the heart. Because your heart, in perfect unison and resonance, in the perfect fifth, in terms of musicality, it is connected to your soul star, and also the earth star chakra of the earth. Okay, we have the womb and heart recalibration for my YouTube members. You guys, I want to show you this. Okay, it just popped up. Okay, there's some connection, there's some awakening. Some of you, it's about the womb. This is a recalibration between the heart and the womb to make sure that your creation are connected to your heart. Let's pull another frequency, the triple warmer, allowing union and truth. And I'm not surprised, because the triple warmer is a meridian that connects to your thyroid, and that connects also thus to your throat, to speaking, but speaking in unity and in truth of your heart. So that's what I would suggest for you guys. You can work with Venus or the womb heart calibration, or both, and then also the triple warmer here, meridian, to allow this truth to be spoken. Because some of you, this is what the universe is going to support you to surrender your worries and to allow it to intervene in your favor. All right. This is what I have for you, my dear soul family. I trust this is supporting you. If you need personal guidance, you can find it in my bio link. You can find it here below, or just according to where you're watching, it could be on my the top of my page. Thank you so very much. Namaste. If you were born with a natal Venus in an earth placement, so Venus in Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, those messages are for you for this Venus in Aries transit, April 5th to the 28th, 2024. I do recommend to listen to the collective message, so that will be in fire, so you get a little bit extra messages, but it is up to you. Let's see what we have for you, my dear earth placement here for Venus. Venus connected to your heart, to really aligning your desire, because Venus teaches you about your desires and your intention, but it wants to come through the heart, because in perfect resonance, your heart is connected to your soul and to the earth as well. So you came here for specific design, specific mission, and this is where, everything is kind of aligning to the heart. Venus is such a great placement to work with. I love it personally. Let's see what we have. Okay. Wow. See, look at this. Ace of Sword. For the collective, we had an ace as well, but it was a pentacle. It was a gift. And here it seems that for you, you're getting a gift from a different truth. You're tapping in a certain truth about yourself, especially about yourself. It could be in relationship to others, because obviously others are also playing a factor in mirroring parts of yourself that are hidden. There's with the butterflies and also the bee. There's a sweet transformation that is upcoming for you through this period of time. But it is a truth, and it's going to go through a process of surrendering, maybe how you want to manifest things, and let the higher guidance, whether it's the secret self, whether it's God, source, the quantum field, just being guided with a part of you that is deeply seated within you. Okay, that wants to come forward. Wow. Divine sensuality. This is beautiful, beautiful energy message about deep diving into what makes you feel good. And I would say here, there's an invitation. Oof, I got chills down especially from my knees down my calves. So knees are the Capricorn placement, it's kind of bending the knees, acknowledging, allowing. There was an activation that I received, both feminine and masculine sides, while just tapping into this, where acknowledging what the truth of yourself and what makes you feel pleasure. And that means maybe there's a hobby, there's a certain thing that would uplift your days, part of your week. There might be something that is calling you to rehearse pleasure, to rehearse feeling good. And that is something that is valuable for you if you have a natal Venus in an earth placement, because you're connected to the earth, and pleasure is a way to guide you through something that is meant for you. Oh, guardian angel, ask for support. Look at this. You have so much pink, so much softness. I'm resonating here with this energy for the Mercury in retrograde, where I posted this woman, Sophia Loren, dancing, and I posted about acknowledging your softer and vulnerable side. And instead of thickening your skin, instead of saying like, I need stronger boundaries, I need to be better at handling chaos or handling this. No. There's an invitation of honoring what makes you feel good, what makes you feel seen and almost like adored. It's almost like if you can't do it for yourself, how do you expect others? Because with Aries, the placement of Venus in Aries, there's a lot of work with what is reflected also in our outside world, so we can know where we stand in our creation ground. And here with a Venus in an earth placement, there's an invitation, such a great invitation in the subtle guidance of allowing this to be easy, this to be flowing, okay? And you seem to, when you create that ground for activities and time and space for yourself to be in joy, be in peace, this is where you can receive a higher truth. There's some things that maybe you haven't been able to perceive doing things that please you. Maybe I'm hearing your mind was distracted. It's almost like some of you, I feel that even when you allowed that time for yourself, a part of you was fragmented in what you had to do, what you didn't do, other things. There was fragmentations here. We have the moon, the 11th house, and Pisces. 11th house with Aquarius. It's funny because the activation was, you remember, from the knees down to my calves and my ankles. So Aquarius and also Pisces with the feet. I feel there was a program, a subconscious program about maybe some of you refusing yourself to feel enjoyment, to feel joy. And you're coming full circle here with this energy of the zodiac archetype that wants unification. It wants wholesomeness. I feel this Venus in Aries transit. If you have a natal earth placement for Venus, you're being called to nurture this space, this sacred space of joy. And pay attention to any programs, people, relationships that would try to make you feel any guilt and shame around it. Any type of like negative way about you doing things that make you feel joy and pleasure. Okay? Let's get some other messages for you for this period of time. I'm loving this because there's a sense of nurture that some of you haven't been feeling, maybe even feeling that the universe wants to nurture you, wants to provide. There was a subconscious belief here that was playing against you and that desire. This card feels like it's burning, like a burning desire. Interesting. I want to show you also like the time keeps on having synchronicity when I'm looking at it. Maybe some of you, it was time related. Maybe you're going to be witnessing synchronicities. So 11 and 22 could be great synchronicities. Actually, 11 showed up. We also see the 1. There's some of you, if it is about a relationship, a romantic relationship, know that your alignment with your soul, your heart, and what you meant to achieve here is going to have connected, if it's a soul desire, a heart's desire to be in a romantic relationship that is sustainable, that is everything that you've wanted, it's going to come through your alignment. Because if you feel it at your soul level, at your heart level, then it is always meant for you. I feel it strongly. Here and now, again, so the power of here and now, the power of meditation is strong for you. You see all this wholesomeness. There's something wholesome. There's something that you're gathering, building blocks. I see, it's interesting because this is where I felt the burning desire maybe for commitment, for something that is long lasting, but it's going to come through what you're able to gather as a frequency for yourself. Can you gather the frequency and match the frequency of that relationship, that commitment, that devotion that I'm feeling in here, and also the pleasure of it, the pleasure of being together. Look at this, happy. This usually comes for me as, and this egg is being opened, a Kundalini activation. Some of you might already feel the waves of Kundalini activation. Let's see if we have some frequencies that can help you with opening up the chakras for building block towards joy and pleasure and fulfillment, satisfaction, feeling supported. You can work, if you are a YouTube member of the Level Up Music, with the Venus frequency. This is a great frequency to attune your heart chakra to the cosmic wave of any transit of the planet. Okay, that's quite a lot. Let's see here. Okay. Interesting. Letting go of karmic trauma and bondage in the Quantum Fascia Healing playlist. Okay, there probably is some emotional residue about guilt and shame, about pleasure, or allowing. Those programs are in the structured water of your body, so you want to release this. What I like to do sometimes is merge the frequencies, so I would listen to the Venus frequency if I have access to it and chant the mantra for this. And I could reverse it. So some of you could sing the mantra for Venus and use the letting go of this karmic trauma and bondage while you listen to it. Again, those are suggestions. If you have ever any question about working with the tools that I have for music healing, this is something that is very dear to my heart. When I said this was 11/11 on your reading, I can't with you guys. This is so dear to my heart that I'm always happy to give you guidance about this and how to navigate my playlist and how to navigate those tools. So again, if some of you need personal guidance or just have questions, feel free to contact me. Namaste. If you were born with a natal Venus in an air placement, so Venus in Gemini, in Libra or Aquarius, those messages are for you for this Venus in Aries transit, April 5th to April 28th, 2024. I do always recommend to watch the collective reading that resonates with the element of the transit, so that would be fire. If you want to watch this, we are receiving some gifts, as far as awareness of what is possible, certain things that we didn't think were possible, especially in terms of desires, because Venus works with the heart chakra, but is a master teacher of intention and desire. So I love working with Venus. I find it so powerful to manifest. So powerful to manifest. So let's see what messages we have for you, my dear Venus air placement, for this transit. What is important for you to know? Okay, a lot of things. I'm not surprised. Okay, interesting. there's a shadow here, and I want to start differently, so I will allow it. There is here the Magician. That was interesting because it was under the deck. So some of you, if there is any type of resistance to that was in the collective reading, surrendering, there's a transformation, an alchemy, a sacred alchemy that needs to occur for you at this time, okay? And that means resisting would actually delay you receiving what this transformation and rebirth is meant for you to receive. It's interesting because we had for the fire element the Ace of Pentacle, and then in the earth the Ace of Sword. I'm seeing here a cup. You know, it seems that there's certain elements or things that you're going to gather through this transit, maybe some missing pieces of information for your transformation to occur. We have the Seven of Cups and the Ten of Wands. So this is interesting because Seven of Cups is my card for different timelines. Okay, you're seeing how there's like different, almost like different wars that this person is going against, especially in this deck. There's different things that may have played a factor in you feeling burdened in your, maybe your power of manifestation, of being a powerful creator, okay? But we're here to actually get guidance about this. So there's some missing information. There was some influence from the past. Can we get guidance from those cards here, please, for my Venus in air? What is maybe affecting them at this time? Let's see here. I feel the cards want to play together in resonance. Okay, this one sticks out. Magic. The magic of the Colleen Druid. Caution, secrecy, wary. Interesting. Maybe some of you, let's see this card first, but I have a sense of what that is. Archangel Raguel, nourish your relationships. Okay. I know what that is, you guys. I do not have a Venus in an air placement, but I can feel this energy very strongly. There's a timeline where maybe some of you had access to secret knowledge, esoteric knowledge, maybe even be part of a secret coven or secret society, whatever. And there seems to be some guidance about maybe you had to experience this burden or this contrast regarding the knowledge that you hold within, because you had to make sure that the way in this lifetime this was going to flourish and blossom, especially here, nourish, okay? That was going to be shared with people that were on the same awareness of the sacredness of this type of knowledge. So the relationships maybe were contrasted with past karmic pattern where you were seeing the duality of those, of knowing what you know. So here I feel that in this Venus in Aries transit, if you have an air placement, there's some missing pieces of your puzzle, okay, of awareness that was probably connected to you ending a certain quantum timeline, quantum, you know, like things that were heavy on you, that you needed to experience in order to have the reverence and gratitude for both sides and understanding what was of the matter to you, as far as like what is that matters to you. And I feel, you know, the gratitude, the reverence, being humble with this type of knowledge was very important, but it had to also attract a certain environment, a certain type of dynamic of give and take. Maybe there was something about give and take here for some of you. Let's get more guidance with the with first the Astro dice. 5th, self-expression. Definitely esoteric knowledge. Definitely. And this is the South Node. Wow, we can't, I can't make that up. So some of you, this is also reinforcing the fact that you had to purge and attract maybe some karmic dynamic and relationship to feel the contrast of when you're able to be your true self. So some of you, maybe there was some scars and wounds around knowing what you know, or practicing the craft and the hobbies and the art that you know, but you're here to be a messenger. You're here to bridge certain gaps in the different layers of this universe. So you had to go through this, and I feel that there is a shift with this transit, but know that there were some missing pieces. There were maybe certain energy that you had to close. I feel like karmic patterns that had to be closed. Cycles. Okay. Oh, look at this. I mean, in between. You definitely, with displacement, I feel that your gift is highly etheric, is highly connected to the spirit world. And for you to receive it, especially here, it looks like a confetti, but my first instinct was DNA. It's in your DNA, the secret and the missing piece, okay? But it requires of you to finish this cycle with karmic relationships, or relationships that were not feeling that they would nourish you, that took more than they gave. There was not an equilibrium, because this equilibrium in your outer world is going to be is going to signal to your inner world when the time is right. Wow, this is a subtle, it's almost like it feels like such a subtle mechanic. Just like, oof, some of you, okay, the throat has been coming up whenever Mercury has an influence. So some of you, go and check out, if you have access to the Mercury retrograde in Aries reading. Again, this is the same zodiac archetype. That's why we have such powerful cosmic energy that is buzzing. Okay, it's because we're really just in a place of higher learning. We're really learning how to be on our highest timeline and soul's direction. Yang. There's certain action. There's going to be there's something that is going to be literally offered to you, materialized. There's a materialization, and I would say for you, it's going to be towards the end of April. This transit ends on the 28th. The Mercury retrograde ends on the 25th. So I would say between the 25th, 28th, there's something that manifests. Let's see if we can help you with frequency adjustment and healing here, especially for lightening up the load here of this heaviness. I would say here, some of you, if you're working with Venus transit, you can use the Venus frequency. I would suggest to even use, you will have access to the mantra of the South Node. That's something that just came up. Maybe for the Venus frequency, when you listen to it, chant the South Node mantra. I saw something opening. Might be here that is opening up. Okay, let's see if we can find another frequency that is accessible to everyone here. Okay. Oh, wow. Same frequency showed up for the collective, the triple warmer frequency, allowing union and truth. This is interesting because you have here secrecy, wary. This is connected to your thyroid, so obviously to your throat, to your speech, okay, and making sure it's in alignment with your truth. I feel that some of you, if you've been struggling with accessing this truth and knowing how to express it, or if it's the time to express it, the time to do anything with this, this is the meridian you can work with and those frequencies. Wow, this is powerful. I feel some of you, I don't have people that pop up in my mind right away, but I can feel that for some of you, this is highly shifting. This reading came in a very different format. So if that's you, I would love to connect, or I would love for you to comment and see how that resonates or how that unfolds for you through this cycle. Thank you so much for your presence. I'm sending you many blessings and much love and light. Namaste. If you were born with a natal Venus in a water placement, so Venus in Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, those messages are for you for this transit where Venus is going to be in Aries, April 5th to the 28th, 2024. So let's see those messages. I do suggest to watch the collective message for the fire element. Let's see what we have for you, my dear Venus in water. Okay. All right, 2 cards. The moon. Well, seeing those 2 pillars, you know, it's like every tarot deck has like a different type of images. But here you have the maiden, I forgot, the triple goddesses. You have all stages, the virgin, the maiden, and the crone. I think. Let me check that for you. The maiden, the mother, and the crone. I love this. I really love this. So yes, I should have seen it. Look, she's pregnant. Maiden, mother, and crone. So there's some activation of for you with a Venus in a water placement that feels very sacred, especially surrounding the moon cycles, and we know we are in an eclipse season. Wow, I can't believe that, you guys. This is beautiful. This is the Page of Cups. How we're getting all those energies, you know, of healing a certain aspect of ourselves that was almost like missing. There was something that was missing. Okay. So we're seeing here that there was maybe something that was missing to your, I'm hearing to your growth of your potential, that is being retrieved through the eclipse season because of those 2 pillars, and the moon is just this phase, and this transit is being, you know, enhanced for you to gather up that piece, that illumination, that subconscious aha breakthrough moment. And I feel like there's some tangible momentum that is going to come through with this, with it. Let's see. The mirror. Know thyself. Self-examination. Seeing who you really are. You know, Aries works a lot with the relationship and the mirror of others. So I feel that some of you, maybe you had to go through phases where what was mirrored inside was a lot of the things that you had to purge. There might have been a lot of darkness, a lot of karma, karmic debt contracts. But there's a shift. And the shift is going to happen for you, especially from within out, when you start learning more about yourself. And let's see what type of archangel, angel guidance we have here. This is the one. Oh, there's 2. Okay. All right. Wow, 2 beautiful archaeas. Archaea Grace. More flow, less hustle. I had a reel about this. Align versus hustle. Okay, beautiful energy. Archaea Grace is the divine counterpart for Archangel Uriel. In terms of direction of the universe, they're connected to the north. And the north is connected to the earth. And this actually connects in terms of meridian to your spleen and your stomach. Some of you, you'll have to review your Mercury retrograde. It's been coming up on and off for people, but especially with the solar eclipse, this has been coming up, that the influence of Mercury. So I feel that maybe some of you, there's an upgrade in how you speak, or maybe even having to do less, speak less, explain yourself less, okay? Especially going back to the meridian, I love the earth placement. They're so powerful because the stomach is all that connection of feeling fulfilled. So whether it was from the parents, the provider, it nourishes your connection to how you feel provided for on all levels. And this can be as simple as learning how to nourish yourself, how to respect your personal preferences in your stomach. Like maybe some of you have a hard time digesting, or there's some food that don't work well for you. Maybe if you have a certain composition, there's certain food that works better to make you feel whole, to make you feel at the same time grounded but light. Okay, this is what I have to share. And I would suggest to look at your dosha, maybe Ayurvedic type of medicine, maybe learning about this. This is something that has played out in my life and has actually bridged the gap between my physicality and my spiritual self in ways that I never thought were possible. So definitely, if you have any questions, I can always talk to you about this, or invite you to a quiz for knowing your dosha. That played out very strongly for me. And we have here Archaea Constants, bring heaven to earth. Number 11, 1111 showed up when I was channeling the collective message. There's a lot of activation. The number 22 came up also. My number for 222 means quantum leaping. It speaks of timelines. This is because I watched this movie 222. If some of you haven't watched it, that's your light homework. Some of you, I like to give you sometimes movies to activate you and activate a certain grid of consciousness. Maybe that could be supportive. I love this because it feels that if you were born with a Venus in a water placement, there's a softness that you never experienced in the past that is coming forward. A sense of mothering, but at the same time, this youthfulness, and yet this wisdom. This is like so much power that is coming from actually just surrendering to what you already hold within. There's less working for things I'm feeling for you. Let's see what the dice want to share. Okay. Wow, we have the sun. Okay, a lot of joy coming in. We have Libra that fell here on the page of Cups, and that wants to bring balance, and the 10th house on this moon. Career, higher purpose. So some of you, this is what I felt like, even like work less. It's like being more actually does more. Because you being in your fullness, feeling fulfilled, is actually providing that feel for creation that provides more, that almost generates more for everyone. And that can materialize also in income. Okay, so some of you, wow, that one flipped in a weird way. I want to see it. Chaos and conflicts with the number 33. There's a reattunement at a frequency level, Christ consciousness in your vertebrae, okay? There was something here that you were always holding the key to, that for some reason, it's almost like this is the time. This is the time for it to activate, to remove some of the chaos. There must have been a lot of chaos for you, my Venus in water placement, that you had to experience and transcend. But there's a lot that is coming. There's a lot of blessing. There's a lot of awareness from you sitting still and be constant in your desire to align to your highest timeline, to manifest from your heart field, because that's what Venus teaches us. Okay, wow. Time to go. Time to go. I feel that there's a new adventure. there's obviously a release of something that you used to feel about yourself. You're releasing it. So I'm going to pull the cards for the frequencies, but for some of you, if you have access to the YouTube membership for the level up for music, work with Venus and work with the 33 vertebrae. There's something in your vertebrae and it will show you the way. You might want to work in that session together, okay? It feels intertwined, very much intertwined. I would say some of you, especially if you have a Venus retrograde, that feels even more important to work them together. All right, let's see if we have a frequency that can support my water Venus. Okay. Removing addictions, the quantum fascia healing. This is interesting. It's been coming up for other placement for Venus, but it's been also coming up for the solar eclipse. We're shifting the waters because it's literally making us sometimes go on automatic about how something happens and how it triggers our response, and especially our emotional response. We want to become a master of our emotions, not to control and close off our heart, but to make sure that things from the past, especially you, my dear Venus in the water placement, there was a lot of things that were affecting you and that affected you that you had to experience in the dark or in the harshness or having to do more, prove more, because this is the contrast you're experiencing. Do less, but do more for yourself by being more with yourself. And we want to remove some of the addictive patterns here. In all my videos, you have the description. You can work with the mantras. You can use the mantras for this and play it with the Venus frequency. You can use this mantra to play with the 33 vertebrae. Again, if you have any questions to work with my music frequency healing, I love doing this. This is my work of heart. Okay, and I am always glad to guide you through any type of meditative practice or what frequency or how to use them if you are confused or you don't know where to go from there. Okay, that's what I have for you. I'm sending you many blessings and much love and light. Namaste.